This is the Ezra Walk and Talk, but we're on the wheel today, so it's the wheel and spill. And I'm talking about Rolly Romero because it's Rolly Romero fight week, and I think Rolly Romero has a little buzz right now. And why does he have a little buzz right now? It's not because any win he's ever got. It's because of a loss he's got. Because he lost to Gervonta Tank Davis, Rolly Romero is now a bigger name in boxing. He's now an A-side to a lot of fighters. And that's because Rolly Romero fighting Tank Davis, a high-level fighter, but more importantly, a fighter with a big name, did positive for his career. Now, it would have been massively positive if he would have won, right? But it was still pretty damn big in a positive direction, even though he lost, right? Even though he got knocked out cold, because now people are familiar with him. They have they are now familiar with his name. They have now have some kind of connection with him, right? There's something that says, okay, I know that guy, and I know his background, I know his story a little bit. I want to keep watching it, right? I'm curious where he goes from there. And if you look at guys like John Ryder, who just fought this past week and fought Canelo, now way more people are more familiar with John Ryder. And now way more people are going to want to see what happens with John Ryder's career. They want to know, how good is John Ryder, right? Is Canelo getting old, right? Is Canelo really that old that this guy was good? Or is he truly the best English fighter that Canelo's ever faced, right? That's what people want to know now. If he fought Caleb Plant, you gonna tell me you ain't gonna watch that? Of course you would. He's now more known in a loss. Look at Ryan Garcia, who was already pretty famous, right? But he fought one of the biggest stars in boxing, and it was his worst performance by far. Not even debatable. And it looked like someone argued, didn't look like he belonged in there. And he's definitely more famous today than he was before that fight. And he's definitely a massive A-side, and he's a massive star, and he's probably a pay-per-view fighter going forward in a loss. So you have to realize that all these tune-ups and stay busy fights and easy W's these fighters are getting are doing nothing for their career. But getting a loss to a big name is actually very positive for your career. And people, like, that's what Canelo got the rub, right? Canelo got the rub against Mayweather, and that was hugely positive for his career. He was a big star, massive star after that. Losing to big names is only positive for your career. And that's why you see guys like Chris Algieri, where you saw him numerous fights on TV after the Pacquiao fight. Because now people were invested in him. So all these things where you have to look at, like, in people's careers, it's like, you got to take some chances in the sport. If you set your dreams so big, right? You set your dream so big, and you don't achieve that dream, but the successes it takes to even get close to getting that dream or head in the right direction of that dream will still put you in a positive spot. That's the same thing with boxing. If you fight the big top names and people watch and more eyeballs are on you, will you only be in a better spot of your career than after that performance, win or loss? So it is worth it taking those chances, because even in a failure of those chances, you are in a better spot. This has been the Ezra Walk and Talk, the Will and Spill edition. Deuces.